My name's Louisa. I've got 4 boys, Connor being the eldest. Then Taylor, Mitchell and Jackson. Connor was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy when he was 4.5. We were told there was no cure. He'd be lucky to see out his teenage years and just to go away and enjoy him. When he got to about 7, the GP actually mentioned Naomi House and Jack's Place. My automatic reaction was a hospice. No, it was kind of like admitting that there was something wrong and that we weren't going to have him for very long. But I was so wrong. We eventually went there when he was about 9 years old. Me and his brothers would stay in the family accommodation upstairs as Connor got used to the staff taking care of him. We did that for a number of years until Connor got to about 12, 13. By this point, his needs were getting more complex. He was being fed through a tube in his tummy. He relied on a ventilator of a night. It was a lot to put our trust into people to care for his complex needs, but we'd built such a rapport with all the staff that it just came easy. And by the time Connor was 16, he made the transition to Jack's Place. Again, a massive step of independence for him. His needs were even more complex. He was requiring a lot more care, a lot more symptom management visits. And a majority of the staff that were there had known Connor since he first started going. And that made a massive difference, especially to me as a parent when you're leaving your child with somebody. But they became like family. Fast forward to October 2021, Connor became very unwell at home. I was getting him up. He was struggling to breathe. I called an ambulance. The ambulance came. But Connor, being the strong-minded, opinionated young man that we all adored him for, was adamant he did not want to go to hospital. He didn't want to go to an acute setting. He knew what was happening to him. We knew at this point he was in heart failure. He had been for a number of years. We'd had a number of visits and support from the hospice with symptom management and trying to keep him well. But I think Connor knew at this point it was the end of the road with treatment. He did not want to be in hospital, so I made the phone call whilst the ambulance crew were there to the hospice, and within an hour Connor was there, and that's where he spent the remainder of his days. He passed away peacefully on the 15th of December 2021 with myself and his nan by his side. We could not have got through those last 6 weeks without the staff and the care that the hospice gave and continue to give. I've had so much support from the bereavement groups. The family support team are just on the end of the phone when I'm having a bad day. The sibling support, his younger brother has attended sibling groups. And I know we're going to be involved with the hospice for a very long time now. I often think, what would have happened to Connor if we did not have Naomi House and Jack's Place? He would have been forced to spend those last few weeks in a hospital setting with staff he didn't know, being away from home and his home comforts. But we did have Naomi House and Jack's Place. And Jack's Place brought those home comforts to him. And they all genuinely cared. And I will be eternally grateful for everything Naomi House and Jack's Place has done for myself and my family, and the care you gave Connor throughout his life. We were involved with you guys for like over 15 years, and you all know us so well now. And I'm proud to be able to support the hospice moving forward. And thank you so much for the care you gave to my son. We miss you, Connor.